Today I'm answering a question from a passenger that I've had on one of my tours before. I call this a question of the month. I do these once a month. The question that has been asked of me is, how deep is the River Torrens? This is actually a really hard question to answer. You would think that you'd just be able to look it up and find it, but you have to dig a little bit deeper than that. In short, the answer is that it actually varies. There's not one particular, depth, even for the Torrens Lake, because it does have a very variable flow. I guess to put this in context, I will explain that the River Torrens starts up to the east in Mount Pleasant, the area around there in our Adelaide Hills region. And in Mount Pleasant, it's about 480 metres above sea level. And from there, it trickles down through about 85 kilometres towards West Beach. So it's going from an easterly to westerly direction. Now, what we have here is actually considered to be called Torrens Lake because you do have a dam that was built to the west of the city to actually keep this area a very leisurely area. And this is because it leads to another question: do people swim in the River Torrens? Well, short answer these days is no, you do not want to swim in this river because there is a heavy amount of pollution in here, and there are signs at various weir points, etc., telling you not to go swimming in there. But once upon a time they did. Now, when it was first created, this weir, back in the 1880s, you did have a lot of pollution at that time. In its early days, this was primarily used as a sewer, which is a little bit gross. But in later years, they would actually have a lot of people do swimming contests in there, particularly in the 1920s and 1930s. This was all supposedly stopped by about the 1960s, even into the 70s. But from there, people have known not to go swimming in here just because of the risk of pollution. But in that period from the 20s through to the 60s, they had a lot of competitions stretching from around the Gilberton area, just north of here, and also from the Adelaide Bridge just to the right, where people would actually jump off the bridge into the water. So I say that because if they were able to jump off that bridge, then you would definitely think that it would be deep enough for people to actually go diving off. So my estimate to answer the question of how deep this is would have to say about 3 to 4 metres, but I would say that that's a generous guess, and it would actually be probably more the 2.5 to 3 at most times, subject of course to flooding. I hope that answers a little bit of curiosity you might have about the River Torrens. It's definitely worth a walk down here. There's so many beautiful things to see and enjoy around this area. And of course you can do that on one of our walking tours, so please come and join us when you can. Thanks for watching. We have multiple tours and services which you can find more information about by visiting our website, flamboyancetours.com.au. And don't forget to follow us across social media too, so you can stay connected with what we've got going on.